Hi, this is Draghi with Coleman Technologies. Today I would like to show you how to add a phone to your call manager. It's as simple as going to Device, Phone, Add New. You choose the phone type. You will know what kind of phone you're trying to add, obviously. 7945 in this case. If we hit Next, the device protocol in most of the cases will be SCCP, which is Cisco's proprietary skinny protocol, and not SIP. We will definitely let you know if it's a SIP phone or not. For now, always choose SCCP. We will put MAC address of the phone. In this case, I will just use a test MAC address. The description is not necessary, but it's always good to have it there. Device pool will be pre-configured, and it's usually you will recognize the abbreviation, site abbreviation in the device pool name. I will choose CTIDP since this is my test lab. Phone button template. You can create one. We will get to phone button templates in later. In this case, we'll just do 7945 SCCP, which is standard, obviously, phone button template. Softkey template, if we choose none, then it's going to be standard user. You will have standard user D&D, which will give you the iDivert option, which is always desirable to have. So we'll choose standard user D&D. Calling search space, you will have a bunch of them here. This is our class of service. This is how you tell the phone what it can dial, and what it cannot dial. In this case, we'll use CTI local long distance calling search space, which means that in this class of service, the phone will be able to dial local and long distance. The rest of it, apart from the location, you will have a location here. We'll leave it at hub and none. The rest of it can be left at defaults, except for the device security profile and subscriber calling search space, which is something that we always want to configure because this part is needed for presence. If we don't have anything here, then the phones won't be able to exchange the presence information basically if the user is on the phone or not. We'll use CTI local CSS. In most of the cases, we also configure just the presence CSS and just put the internal partition there. We'll talk more about partitions and calling search spaces later. And as far as this phone is concerned, we can just hit save and we'll have the phone added. All of these settings here, they do obviously say something. They do mean something. Let's leave them as they are for now, and we'll get back to that later. So now we added a new phone, 7945, to the system. Obviously we cannot call it because we don't have an extension on it, so we'll add a new extension here. Directory number, whatever we decide it to be, let's say 5222 in this case. Route partition will be almost always your internal partition. This means that the phones will be able to call each other in the internal partition without any tricks at the calling source space level. Alerting name and description. Within the description, obviously, we can do this. Alerting name, output Draghi. As far as these settings are concerned, they are also important. And the forward all, this is where we determine if the end user is going to be allowed to forward, for example, to his cell phone, his or her cell phone, or not. In this case, let's allow him to forward only to local phone numbers, which in this case would be probably his cell phone, maybe even his home phone number. The rest of these settings, if the user is supposed to have a voicemail, we'll check them here. On the display or internal caller ID, I'll put Draghi as well. And here's a short explanation about the difference between display or caller ID and this setting here, the alerting name. The alerting name is shows up on the phone when someone is calling me. Okay, so when someone is calling 5222, it will show called 5222 and Draghi. If there is nothing on here, nothing configured here, this is the only thing they will see. When I'm calling someone, this setting is significant. So call from Draghi and 5222. So that's the difference between alerting name and internal caller ID. External number phone mask is there to, if we want to present 5222 as something else in the outside world. So I can do 904-254-5222. And the second a call from my phone leaves, the call manager leaves the gateway actually, this caller ID will be presented to the outside world. If I want to have something saying on my phone instead of 5222, I can do this, and it will show obviously on the phone is Draghi, or actually even better, I've seen this one, extension 5222. The rest of the settings, yeah, we can get to that. They're important in scenarios when you have, let's say, more than one line on the phone. And you can configure the phone to, for example, if you want to call with someone, you can, and another call is coming either on that line or on the secondary line, you can configure the phone to flash only, ring once, ring, or beep only. Beep only is the default setting. It's the call waiting beep that you have even on your cell phones. Receptionists in a lot of cases want the second call to ring, or at least ring once, because beeping kind of distracts them, or in some cases doesn't tell them that there is another call. They don't realize that there is another call waiting. So ringing in this case, obviously I'm not a receptionist, so I don't care. If you had a receptionist, you could just leave here as ring. So another call is coming in, she's on the phone, another call is coming in, and the phone starts ringing again. Save it, and that's pretty much how we add a phone to the call manager. It's as simple as that. That would be the first lesson, and more lessons to come. Thank you.